Welcome on a very special guest to Sports Yapp, and he's a safety for the Carolina Panthers. It's Chris Harris. Chris, good morning. Welcome to Sports Yapp.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
We're doing great. So you're still on the team, right?
Man, as far as I know, geez, I'm about to go over there now, so hopefully I don't have anything in my locker.
That's right. Well, so what's the feeling from you as far as all these moves that are being made by the Panthers, and I guess how do you fit in with all that?
Oh man, you know what? After looking at the moves, I guess they're doing what they feel they need to do in order to put a winning squad together on the field. It looks like they're trying to go with the youth movement. I don't know. I really don't know what they think upstairs, but I guess the cuts they made, I guess, were in the best interest of the team as far as that's concerned. So I just have to roll with it.
That's right. Well, what'd you think when you heard about Jake Delhomme? Because I know fans are going nuts this morning just about the news of him being released.
Yeah, Jake was a very good guy. He was a heck of a leader. He will be missed, but I guess they have a lot of confidence in Matt Moore, as well as I do. So it's one of those decisions they had to make upstairs, and I guess I have no choice but to roll with it. So I'm ready to play ball. Matt Moore, I guess, will be our guy.
All right, well, that's pretty cool. Well, can you kind of explain to us what it's like behind the scenes for all these contract negotiations for a player? And I know you've been through that over the years, and just what's it like between the conversations that you may have with your agent, they're having with the general manager, with the owner. What's that like, and how do you feel while you're going through all of that?
Oh man, it's very kind of it can be nerve-wracking, negotiating contracts and things like that. They're kind of going back and forth. A guy wants this, and the owners only want to give that. So you got to come meet in a middle ground, pretty much.
Definitely. Well, Chris, it's been the off season, and the Panthers have a lot going on. But what about for you? How's your off season been for you?
Off season's been great, man. I just started back working out a few weeks ago. Getting married this June.
Oh, congratulations!
So it's going to be very busy for me. Getting married in June out in Aruba. So planning this wedding is going to be, I guess, fun.
Oh, that's cool. What's been kind of the hard part about planning a wedding?
Oh man, I just get out the way. I just I just get out the way. I just write the checks and she makes the decisions.
There you go. How'd you come up with Aruba?
We were gonna do something back in our hometown. She's from my hometown, Little Rock, Arkansas, and we were gonna do a big wedding there. And then kind of chose not to. We wanted to make it more intimate and more private, so we decided to go out to Aruba, and it's a beautiful place. We went out there in January, and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, that's neat, man. We're talking with Chris Harris of the Carolina Panthers this morning here on Sports Yapp. And Chris, you're in the off season. What players on the team do you hang out with, or even players from around the league that you keep up with in the off season?
Oh man, Thomas Davis is a good friend of mine. Me and Thomas, we hang out, we see each other almost every day. I used to hang out with Now Diggs. He's gonna be well missed. I was sad to see him get released yesterday, but that's the nature of the business. And I hang out with Nathan Vasher as well of the Chicago Bears, a good friend of mine.
Oh, very cool. Well, with all these releases from the Carolina Panthers, and really a lot from the defensive side, what's your kind of outlook at the defense right now? Maybe who are some of the younger guys that maybe didn't play as much last year that you think could possibly have a big impact this season?
Oh, man, I think Lewis Leonard, the D tackle we traded for last year, I think he could have a big impact. He comes back healthy, as well as I think Charles Johnson could have a big year as well at defensive end, and Dan Connor even at linebacker. So, those are three young guys you possibly could look out for.
Well, Julius Peppers, the biggest name from the defense moving on. What will you miss most about Julius Peppers?
Oh man, his attitude. I don't think a lot of guys see this side of him. In the locker room, he's a heck of a guy to be around, and just his presence in the locker room. He's very funny, actually. So we'll miss that part of him in the locker room. And he's just a freak of a talent. I don't see too many people doing what he does. Jumping up, catching interceptions, and running them back. That doesn't happen too often. So, we'll miss that talent on the field.
Absolutely. We're talking with Chris Harris of the Carolina Panthers, safety on that defense. And last year, Ron Meeks came in as the defensive coordinator. How do you think that transition went? And it appeared to me that the defense was much better toward the end of the season. Was that basically because you guys got used to playing under that system? And how do you guys think you feel going into next season?
Absolutely. You know, it was a transition period, beginning of the season. So guys are still getting used to it. You know, we were still making mistakes as far as scheme was concerned. And then towards probably the last month and a half of the season, I think the light bulb finally came on, and it finally clicked, and we started gelling and getting comfortable with the system. And as a result of it, we played a lot better defense and got a lot of turnovers.
Yeah, no question about it. Well, what about the secondary specifically? What do you guys have to improve as a unit back there going into next year?
Oh man, I think we're going to have to be the nucleus of the team. You know, That's where everybody's coming back at that position as of right now. Anyway,
yeah, that's right.
So, as of right now, we have all starters coming back. And that's one thing we're going to have to focus on is, technique, making sure we're doing things right and breaking on the ball well. We might have to cover a little longer, but I feel we're going to have to be the backbone of this defense.
Well, Chris, I've seen you at some Charlotte Bobcats games. What have you thought about them this season, and more specifically lately? Are you able to get to many games? Do you follow them?
Oh yeah, I follow them as much as I can. I'm huge. I turned into a Bobcats fan the minute I got traded here.
Oh, that's great.
I'm a huge fan. I keep in contact with Raymond Felton quite often. He's a good friend of mine, and I'm going to go to the game tomorrow against the Wizards. Not the Wizards, but the Golden State.
Yeah, Warriors. Yeah,
and I'm really hoping they can make the playoffs. I mean, they got a great chance, to do something they haven't done before, and that's getting the playoffs. So I'm hoping they can pick it up, and make it so I can definitely go out there and check them out and play.
That's right. Can you figure out what the problem is with them?
I don't know, man. They were playing well earlier. Hopefully they'll get re-energized, realize they've got a great opportunity ahead of them to get in the playoffs and, bring it.
That's right, exactly. Well, Chris, while I got you on here, I did want to get a NFL player's perspective on the conversations about the NFL overtime issue, and they're kind of talking about changing that. What do you think about the current overtime, the way that they do it, and maybe some changes that they could make to it?
Yeah, the overtime situation. I'm not a big fan of how overtime goes, how it works now. It's pretty much sudden death. Whoever wins the coin toss, probably 75% of the chance wins the game. And I think both teams should at least get an opportunity at possessing the ball, and then after that, if nobody scores, make it sudden death. But I don't think it should be the first team to score or win the game, unless it's your second possession. Because if you score in the first possession, that other team doesn't get a shot.
Yes, I completely agree, and I really hope that they do come to a decision that ends up working out a little bit better for sure. Well, Chris, we'll let you go here in a sec, but I did want to ask you a couple things because I follow you on Twitter, and I've seen you post on Tiger Woods and American Idol. So can you give us some thoughts first on Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods, man, I hate to see what happened to Tiger. I was kind of upset at the public perception on Tiger though, because that was a family matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, he's a high-profile role model. I agree with that. But my point I was trying to get across is, he's imperfect just like every other American, in this United States. So for him to have to get on the cross and be crucified, I didn't think it was fair. I felt, he owed his wife an apology, but, I mean, what he did not personally affect me, so I didn't feel he owed me an apology. So those are my thoughts on Tiger Woods.
All right.
American
Idol.
American Idol, I've been that's my little guilty pleasure, I guess. American Idol, I watch it with my fiance, and I've been disappointed this year with the talent on there. I hadn't really been, I haven't really like the talent they've had on there. So, I've been a little disappointed with this season.
There you go. Well, you can follow Chris Harris on Twitter. It's Chris Harris NFL, and you can even get his thoughts on American Idol every once in a while. But Chris, thanks so much.